Good morning. I'm going to quickly show you the new RtI forms we will be using this year and how you can access them in your Google Drive. Once you're in your Google Drive, you are going to go to your RtI folder, click on RtI, and your name is the teacher, and you should see a screen similar to this. In the top, you will have a folder that says 2015-16 RtI files. We have already transferred any of your students that was met. We have already transferred your students that received RtI services last year into this file. So if you want to see their plan from last year, you would click on this folder and open it to research past interventions for your students. Then you have two forms here to select. One is the 2016-2017 forms. The second is a copy of our data-based form where you can graph your students' progress. So we're going to start with the initial form, and this form has everything you need tabbed at the bottom. So you will call it up, and if you look at the bottom, you'll see we have an initial referral academic or initial referral behavior. You choose just one of those two forms. So if I'm going for an academic referral, either reading or math, I would initially fill out the first tab, and you need to completely fill that out, especially focusing on your initial assessment results. Why are you bringing this child to RtI? If you are referring the child for behavior, you would click on the second tab and you would just fill that out. So one of those two forms needs to be filled in by you before the meeting. Then when you come to the RtI meeting together, we will fill in the initial meeting template. And it's that time where we're going to determine what plan we're going to implement over the next 6 weeks. As you leave RtI, you will have that plan, and we will have decided on a progress monitoring a way to progress monitor your students. And you will, over the next 6 weeks, enter in your data for progress monitoring, and you'll do that on the other form, which I'll tell you about later. When we come back, we will then call up this progress monitoring form and fill that in to document how the intervention worked over the 6-week time. During that 6-week time, you need to be keeping the fidelity checklist, which is the 5th tab. All you do for this is put the student in the school. You put the plan elements. There's probably just one main element of your plan. We won't have changes from the last plan until you've met again for RtI. You're going to enter the date and whether yes or no that intervention was given on that date as planned. And then a note. So maybe, yes, you gave that intervention, but you had a fire drill, so you didn't get to the word list that you had planned. So you really need to take notes here. You put down just a plain yes if yes, the intervention was delivered exactly as we had planned. No if the child is absent, if you are absent, if there was an assembly and you missed that, then you would just write in the date. No, and you need to put under the notes so what prevented that intervention from being delivered as intended. And then sometimes we have like a partial intervention given, so then you would say yes and then give us a note on the child was dismissed halfway through. Nothing you can do about that, but it certainly did affect whether that intervention was delivered as initially planned. So please make sure that you keep this, and I would recommend doing it daily because it's really easy to forget what happens, so that when we come back after that 6 weeks, we have a whole list of dates, and we can double check and see exactly how many times this intervention was implemented. Thank you so much, and as always, feel free to shoot me an email if you have any questions. Thanks.